welcome back to Building Dreams with Virtue Homes. Today we'll be talking with Virtue's administration superstars Anais and Crystal.
Hello.
Anais and Crystal help assist you through the early stages of building your dream home and walk you through the tricky parts like signing contracts and managing expectations. So Crystal, can you start by telling me a little bit about what you do here at Virtue?
Yeah, sure. So I have a dual role at Virtue Homes. I help assist the sales as well as the administration. So any new inquiries that come through our system, I help assist the boys with popping them on our database, making sure that they have responded to those clients and inquiries. Any documents that are needed for new clients, I source them, prepare the paperwork so that the sales team have all their correct details, land details, and other documents needed.
Right, so you're almost like the first port of call for clients when they're inquiring with Virtue.
Yeah, the boys are, and I just help assist and make sure that the correct items are in order for them, ready to go. And then part of that first stage sales process is also getting the clients to choose their selections. So I'll actually meet them at our selection centre and do a design brief consult with them, pop that in the system, and then it's ready for the sales team to submit that back to the clients.
When you go through to the selection centre, are you choosing these specific selections, like the specific hardware, colours,
Not at
materials?
this stage.
It's more
very
the
early
level.
days. It's just going through what our standard inclusions are at Virtue Homes, whether they would like to upgrade them throughout their home, and if there's any owner-supplied items. So I just make sure all these are listed in a document ready for our sales team.
Right, and that would help with then the estimation and the quote.
Yes, that's
to know-
right.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. Oh, that's kind of exciting.
It's just getting all those boxes ticked, and then once that sort of stuff is done and the client fizzles through our sales process and wants to proceed with building, I step in and assist Anais, who is our administrator, and we'll prepare contracts, specifications, type the quote, and making sure all those supporting documents for the contracts are ready to go.
Right, no pressure then. That seems like quite the task, making sure contracts are in place. I know that that's something that personally freaks me out. Anytime I see the word contract, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
So you do an amazing job then making that process easier for the clients as well.
Yeah, there's a lot involved. People don't realise how much work is done in the front end ready for the construction team to proceed.
Yeah.
A lot of paperwork and steps and appointments with clients. But
there is a lot of procedure in place before clients even sign the contract.
Yeah.
So is it you facilitate everything needed before clients sign that contract, and then once they've signed, it's handed over to Anais? And
Anais does the same role at this stage. Anais and I make sure that everything is signed, all the documents and details are ready for our construction team for when we hand it over to our project manager.
Right.
So
So
he
you're
can then
like
lodge the
tag
building
team.
permit.
So, what happens is when they approach us, when they approach Virtue Homes, they're like, oh, I want to build a house, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms or whatever. But then that's just a broad idea. So when they meet Crystal for their design brief, it's going more in depth of what they want and what they need.
Right.
And then also to meet with their budget, because at the end of the day, we all have to pay a mortgage. So,
Right.
So that make sure everything fits in their project, their dream home. It's also what Crystal does is really understanding those people and try to see how their life works, what is really important for them, what really matters for them, to make sure we deliver this perfect home for them. So at the end of the day, it's more than just Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's like you really know them. There is a client that Crystal
Form a connection.
She just handed over that client to the project manager, and she's still in touch with this client because they have created a relationship. It's such a strong bond that you built with those people that quite often it stays throughout the build.
Yeah, it's a really personal journey building, I think, a custom home because
If you think
tailored
about
to you.
it, building is quite often the biggest investment you'll ever do in your life.
So it is spending.
It is quite
Yeah.
stressful, and then you go through all the phases. Like you're super excited, then you're doubting, then and it's totally normal because it is a big thing, and there is this like crazy C word that is contract that people are scared of as well. You deal with the bank, and you're like, 30 years, that sounds crazy. So there's all of those things as well that are like kind of can be scary for people, which is totally normal.
It's all new to them as well.
Yes.
Some people have never experienced building, so there's a lot of questions of what's involved, ideas. They see things on TV. Can we do that and make it work within our budget? So you also need to pass that information on to the design team as well. Make sure that they've incorporated that within their build, with their design process. Yeah.
And so you ladies are there basically through all of that and helping the clients.
So we get them towards the end where they have had a rough idea now, they know what they want. And then we go to the nitty gritty, like what the handles of your doors, do you want them to be bronze? Do you want them to be black? So all those questions, it's quite daunting. Like there's a lot of questions. People did not expect that. You're like, your mixer in your shower, do you want it in the middle, on the left or on the right? And they're like, but you're like, think about it. When you enter your shower, do you want to be able to turn on the water straight away? So when you walk under the shower rose, it's hot water, or you get this cold water on you straight up. Those little questions that will make your life easy.
Of where that shower head's going to be, making sure it's correct, all that sort of stuff. And our colour consultant will also meet with them and make sure that they're picking the colours that they're wanting, and then it's up to Anais and I to make sure it's correct within the specification document for construction.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a lot of
And
detail.
It is.
after there is also like, is that doable? There is sometimes some stuff that can be quite tricky. So there is Tanya, our selection consultant, color consultant, that will help them make this selection. And us, we are kind of the middleman between the like color selection and then the builders that we are going to actually build that. So we are the one that have to mitigate, but like they really want that, but that's not possible. So we're like, let's try to find a solution together. So that's the really interesting part, I think.
Trying to make that dream a reality,
So
but like make sure it's actually feasible and
great
something that's
can-do
doable.
attitude to push it along.
Right.
Teamwork really is. Everyone plays a part towards the build and the construction process and paperwork and design.
Absolutely. And that's just another, I think, example with Virtue is that it is all in-house and the team is so close. And you can go and chat with Tanya, the colour consultant, or with Ben and Hayden and the team in construction and be that middle person without having to pick up the phone. You can actually talk to them on the client's behalf as well. So that's sort of, I guess, you guys take that pressure off the clients where they don't get handed all this responsibility and all these decisions that they have to make and then have to make them all on their own.
That's why it's so important to understand the client's needs and what they really want, what really matters to them, because we are going to be the one relaying this information
You're basically their
to the rest of the team.
Yeah.
And although once we have signed contracts, we don't say, I'll see ya. We still engage with them and we reassure them that we are still here. So if you can't get a hold of our project manager, feel free to contact us. We're always here still to help. We'll always check in throughout the build, see how they're going. And then there's also the handover process as well. So we like to go to handover and see that finished product and meet the client. And it's a really nice process for them to see them with the finished construction and ready to move in and
the new
start
home.
their new stage.
Yeah, that would be really special and really rewarding for you, I imagine, to have been there so early and to have been basically the first people to hear that vision and that dream and then to see the actual
it complete.
That vision into a house, definitely.
Beautiful.
And some clients have a clear idea of what they want. Like they've already selected their wallpaper on Pinterest. They've already seen that.
Yeah.
Some people have no idea. So it's also helping them through that. Sometimes people have maybe too much of a clear vision, so it might not work. Or so it's once we help them through the process, it works and it flows by after.
Everyone is different. Every story is different. Every client is different, and that's what makes it so exciting.
Yeah, it's not just repeating the same home and the same people, the same client.
Every build has its own tweak of personality, and it's lovely to see and work with those people.
Yeah, I can imagine. So how long have you been here, Crystal, and where did you come from?
Okay, I've been here for almost 12 months now. It's gone quite quick, and I've come from a previous builder in Traralgon. I worked there for 5 years. I also have a family of generations of carpenters and builders as well, which is filtered through. My father and my brother are carpenters for Virtue Homes as well.
Right.
So, yeah, we've got a little family within
Keep
the
it in
family of Virtue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. What's that like having your brother and your father on?
I don't get to see them
They're in
as
the
often
trades
as
end.
people think. They're on the job site while we're in the office, I suppose, getting the jobs ready for them to build.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful though that it's kept kind of within the family, and you're local to the area as well.
I am, yeah. From Traralgon. I have 3 children and a husband who is also a carpenter. So I
There's
can't,
a
I
theme
can't
here.
escape the building world.
You were destined to be in this field.
Yeah, and that's what drew me to come to Virtue Homes, was to get a better understanding of the construction industry and learn and build more knowledge. So yeah, it's been great. It's gone quite quick actually.
Yeah, the first 12 months I can imagine would just fly by.
Flies
all of a
past,
sudden
yeah.
it's been a year, and then all of a sudden it's been 10.
Yeah.
That's really,
right.
really cool. So you're local to the area, you're raising your family in the area.
Yeah.
You have that personal investment in growing your community and growing your
Yeah,
neighborhood.
there's a lot of local people that we deal with, which is great to see those familiar faces.
Yeah.
They pop by through the displays as well, just for inspiration.
Nice.
So it's also great to show the community of what we design. So people that do renovations come to us also for inspiration. It's not just for
Right.
new home builds. They like to see little bits and pieces that we provide. So it's good.
Yeah, I spoke to the boys in a previous episode, Riley and Andrew, and they also talked about how the displays are more a way of inspiring than just showing this is what we can build. It's you take elements of those displays and you can apply them to your own new build or your own
that's
renovations.
right. Yeah.
And you do get to see people through the displays as well, Crystal.
Yeah, I'm at the Marshall display on Tuesday and Wednesdays from 12 to 4. I also cover weekends when the boys have some days off here and there. So yeah, you'll see me at the Olivia Display Village as well as the Marshall.
Nice. It would be nice for people to have that familiar face as well.
Yeah, it's great.
Wonderful, wonderful. And have you built your home, Crystal?
I have built a couple of homes previously through our family. We've done that. And now due to having children and being in the community where schools, we've moved into a renovated house. So our kids have that easy convenience from school to home and community sports. But yeah, we've built a couple of homes within a duration of being with my husband of 18 years. So I've seen all the different colours and building materials that have come and gone.
All the trends.
All the trends.
And you have that experience yourself with building a home.
Yeah, seeing how
important.
it starts off with the slab and then you're going to the frames and all that sort of plastering and cladding. So it's great to visualise it and experience it at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then yourself, Anais, how long have you been at Virtue?
I've been at Virtue for only a few months. So I used to work for a large commercial builder before. So we're mainly doing like hospitals, multi-sports precincts and
Right.
so on. So very different than what we do at Virtue, but also very similar. Like, specifications are key. like when you receive a job and then you need to know exactly how you're going to do and what you're going to put and so on. And also cutting edge technology, that's a big thing in terms of products and techniques and so on.
Right.
And obviously craftsmanship, like that's really important for me to work for a builder that does amazing work. Because I want to be proud to say I work for Virtue Homes. I want to be proud to say I work for that builder. So when I've changed, I looked at that as well. That was something that was really dear to me, to be able to, you go to pick up the kids at school and then you speak with other moms and they're like, oh, what do you work for? And you need to be able to be proud and say I work for Virtue Homes. So that was a big tick. And yeah, that's the main thing between commercial builder and then residential builders, how important specifications have been throughout, and then, how it takes you and then it makes your project grand at the end of the day.
Right. And I can imagine that now you're in residential building. Is it more personal than your previous role?
It's different. So you deal with, when you're in the commercial world, you deal with project managers that are used to deal with millions every day. And I mean, if they make a mistake, worst case, they lose their job. If you make a mistake when it's mom and dad's money, it can be devastating for this family. So in terms of maybe stress and then importance of what you do, it's greater, but it's also more rewarding because it's not just another school or, another whatever.
This is a home.
It's their home.
Yeah,
it's where their
people
family
live
is
here.
going to grow. It's where all the, the kids are going to learn how to walk and all of that. And that's very beautiful, I think, because it's part of their family story.
Yeah, definitely. And you have kids of your own, young children.
That's right. I have 2 young kids that take a lot of room. So very small, but take a lot of room. So I do understand how people want to have large homes. It is important to be able to escape the mess a little bit, not to have to step on Lego all the time and all of that.
Yeah. Now, your husband, Andrew, also works for Virtue.
Yeah, that's right.
That's, again, keeping it in the family. There's a lot of, what's it like working so closely with your husband?
Well, so when we started to work at Virtue, we said, if we start to hate each other, we leave. But it's we're not hating each other. It turns out
I think you
great.
work quite well.
Yeah, we work really well
Yeah.
you
together.
seem like a dynamic duo.
And then when we're at home, we speak a little bit about work, but like you would ask your partner, how was your day? And so on. So we ask, because we're not always together. So I'm like, how was your afternoon? Or how did you go at your meeting? But same as you would ask your partner, how did this important presentation you did today, how did you go?
That's
It's exactly the same. So, yeah.
Oh, love.
It's just when there is like a Virtue functions, it's a bit difficult for babysitting because
Oh, yes,
we
'cause
both
there's
need
the
to
two
go.
of you.
Yeah, that's all.
That's so true. And you obviously have a little bit of an accent.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about where you've come and where you guys have been over the last few years?
So I was born in France and I did most of my education in France and I came to study in Australia. So over 10 years ago, and then I met Andrew and I kind of stayed here.
Yeah.
So, and we recently moved to Latrobe City Valley. So I call that the Valley, and I'm going to copyright this. This is called the Valley now.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So
You
moved
moved
to the valley.
Yeah.
We moved to the valley to be closer to the grandparents for the kids because I grew up next to my grandparents and I think it was really special. So I want my children to have that as well.
Oh, beautiful. So you're in the process still of reintegrating into this community.
Yes,
and
exactly.
being close to family.
Yeah.
Exploring what the valley has to offer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exploring the valley.
Yeah.
Has it been much of a change from France?
Some stuff are different. Some it's just cultural, so it's nothing crazy. I love here because of the weather. It's fairly cold, so I really enjoy that.
Oh.
I grew up in the French
We'll
Alps.
see
so
how long that lasts.
I was
yeah,
going to say
I really
that's
like that.
such a
Yeah,
change.
I
Normally
really like that.
people, Melbourne or Victoria, it's so cold, it's so rainy, and
No.
you're here saying, I love it. It's
Today,
beautiful.
days like not today, but like cold winter day where it's sunny but really cold is the perfect day for me.
You're in the right place.
Joanne.
Well, honestly, it's quite sunny. So
Yeah.
cold but sunny.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you noticed, are there many differences in the residential or construction industries here versus over in Europe?
Yeah, well, the thing is in Europe, I would say probably more renovation because they have a lot of old buildings
Oh, that makes sense.
and
yeah.
not much room, as opposed to here, a lot of room. And then, so a lot of people build brand new. And then also, kind of in Australia, we're spoiled, The standard home is 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. So mom and dad have their own bathroom and then a walk-in wardrobe.
That's very normal.
The laundry, have a laundry. In Europe, you have your washing machine in the kitchen or in the bathroom.
Yes, I have seen
Those
that.
kind of things.
Space
And
is
it is
limited.
totally normal. Like I grew up with the washing machine in the bathroom and it was very normal. So here, we are really lucky with space.
Right. That would be a huge difference to
Yeah.
go from having to work within the constraints of, a 100, 200, 300-year-old building and making that work for the modern day versus here where
Here it's a
we
blank
build.
canvas.
Yeah.
Like, they have even if people have to deal with like technical constraints, like a slope of your block or retaining walls or so on, it is minimal. It is minimal.
You're like, this
and
is nothing.
Most of the time they can just build an amazing home because, they have this blank canvas for them.
A lot of heritage listed properties. in
Yes,
Europe too.
a lot.
That would come with its own
Yeah,
challenges.
it comes with its own challenges, but that's part of the game.
That's right.
That's
Part
it.
of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it exciting then to get to be a part of building something completely from scratch versus renovating or...
Yeah, well, working for a commercial builder, we would build also from scratch. So I've been involved in that for a long time, and I love that. I love, just like the kid in me loves to see just big machinery doing earthworks and moving everything.
Who doesn't love the
yeah.
yellow digger or something
All of
coming
that.
through?
So I think that is really cool, as opposed to when you renovate, you don't really see that, I would say. So, I love seeing the earthworks and the slab. And once the slab is there, like within a tick, it goes up. You could not see anything, and it goes really quick. So
All
I like
comes
that.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's very exciting. So what would you ladies say is one of the biggest challenges that you find clients facing through the pre-signing stage of building their dream home?
Working within their budget, making sure those boxes are ticked as with all their design process and making sure it fits in with their budget. Sometimes, depending on locations as well, we need planning permits, which could slow the process and make delays for our construction. So that could be a challenge.
Whose responsibility is it to get those permits? Is that the client's responsibility? Is
It
that
depends
something
on
that
the
you help with?
permits. It depends.
It depends.
It's a case by case basis, really.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So just a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I found challenging is because we build obviously for those people, but we build also for their personality. So some people like you to hold their hand throughout the process, and some
That would
people
be me.
need a lot of space. So at the beginning, it's always like gauging, like, am I harassing you? Are you happy about that? All those kind of things.
How much
So,
is too much? You don't want to be like a
Yeah.
needy girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. So finding
don't wanna
this
be
right
dusted.
middle to take them along the way, that's the main thing.
I think I'm come into that status helpful for Anais because I've engaged with them in the sales process with the boys.
Yeah.
I can let Anais know
You can words.
how the
yeah.
client, what they need.
You can come in and say, hey, these
Yeah.
guys know what they want.
Yeah.
We just need to
Exactly.
help facilitate what's necessary
Yeah.
to get the job done. Or, hey, these guys really need some
Yeah,
guidance.
some
and-
guidance and so on.
Yeah, I love it. And then that's how you guys also work together.
Yes, definitely. And same, we have different personalities. So sometimes we're like, I think you will work better with those clients rather than me or
Anais
the
will
other
be
way
more
around.
suited, yeah. Or I might know the person in the community. I've already got that
You've been
background
here, yeah.
relationship with them. So yeah, it's definitely helpful having that dual role because it still comes together at the end of the day.
I think as well for the clients, I know personally, I would feel even more, I don't know what I want to say, even more comforted knowing that I had a whole team working with me towards this goal, and I would just feel better knowing that it wasn't one person who might make a mistake. There's two people who
Oh
are
yes,
working in
everything
this
is
role. And
cross-checked and cross-checked. So
Exactly.
that's the great thing as well.
it's such a big move, and you don't want to have to account for human error, but I think it's important to know that every I is dotted and every T is crossed.
So to give you an idea, for example, the contract process, if I raise a contract, Crystal will check it for me and the other way around. So that, we always cross-check everything to make sure everything is perfect for the clients.
Yeah.
That would definitely reassure me. I would say I would be that client that would need my hand held, hold my hand as I sign the
No,
contract.
that's not legal to do that, so we won't do that.
And if we happen to, if one of us if we're sick or our kids are unwell and we need to stay at home, Anais will be there and she can assist in a meeting if I've already got it scheduled with the client, just so we don't pop that job on hold and we still run things smoothly through to construction. It's good to, with our weekly meetings, we update each other on where we're at with each other's jobs. So if we do happen to help each other, we can just jump on board and
I'm a strong believer that if you get hit by a bus tomorrow, the show must go on. So Crystal is really careful when she crosses the road. But if you need to be able to move in and then because at the end of the day, the clients' homes are the most important. So we need to be able to keep moving.
I love that. You're just like, we need to put some contingencies in place.
Yes, it is important. It is important.
That's great. And so then you guys, what would be your number one takeaway tip for listeners when they come to that pre-construction stage with you? What's your number one?
Don't be overwhelmed.
Yep.
Don't be overwhelmed. Take a deep breath and it will be fine.
don't be ashamed to ask questions.
Yeah.
We're always here to give you an answer, and we have a big team of people that can help answer those questions. So, fire away with them if there's anything. It's great to, with your early stages of sales process, it's great to come in. If you have pictures of inspiration, by all means, bring them. It's going to help our design team process and design that build for you a lot easier, as well as us assist with those selections. So bringing inspiration is a great help.
Right, so you're not going to think that I'm a buildzilla if I come in with my Pinterest board
No.
full of
and
ideas.
we build for you, so we need to make the right
We
thing
need
for
to know,
you.
and it helps.
So we need to know.
Every person's different, so that little bit of inspiration also makes us engage of who you are and what you're wanting to achieve with your build.
And there is a lot of big words in construction, like if we talk about accent cladding or nail strip cladding, what is that? You do not know. So if you have photos and all of that, it also helps us, because unless you are into the industry and you know all the lingo, you might use words that are not the right ones for what you think it is, and so on. So photos helps as well for a lot of that.
That's right. Because people see things on the block and they just go, I want that.
Yep.
So, but they might not actually know what that type of material is called.
Yes.
So
They
they
just
go,
that
we want one
shiny
that's on the
roof.
block.
Exactly.
But there
Yeah.
might be 6 houses on the block. So bring that photo in.
And we do not watch the blog, so we do not necessarily know.
We're busy. We don't have time
You don't
for
have
TV.
time. You're too busy
So
living
by
the
all
block.
means,
There is
bring
one
your
thing,
photos
though,
in.
one thing like the block or all those like renovation shows and so on, is that, and it's normal because it's on TV, they follow trends. But you're building your home for pretty much 30 years, forever. Don't follow the trend. Follow what you love, what is really important for you, because you are going to have the same thing in 20 years or 30 years. How often people redo their kitchen? So, you need to think about
Don't be ashamed if you want a red kitchen, but it's not in trend.
it's for you.
Go for that red kitchen.
Yeah, if you know you're going to love that forever. Or on the flip side, don't go for a red kitchen just because you saw it on the block.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, that'll make my house look modern and the resale value.
Yeah, exactly. Think about what works for you, really, what's important
Because you're
for
the
you.
person living in it at the end of the day. So,
You'll be the one seeing
It's
that
your
red
home.
backsplash.
yeah.
Nothing wrong with red kitchens, by the way. Beautiful. Thank you, ladies, so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to our listeners?
I just want to say the trickier the project, the better it is for us because it's so much more like challenging and interesting. So don't be scared if you have a block on a crazy slope or something like that. We'll find a solution for you and with
And
you.
it helps us learn too.
Yeah.
Like new jobs, there's always something we're going to learn and find. So it's great.
Yeah, no, there are like some great design, and there are as many designs as there are people, basically, because it's just for you.
That's that's beautiful. I love that you're not afraid of a challenge.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks
so
for
much.
having us.